You want to stretch forward in a child's pose. It might be a good idea to do. I like my toes together, knees wide. You see what feels good on your hips, on your knees, shoulders. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Let's do a few twists. I'm stacking forearms in front of the knees, one in front of the other. And I'm reaching right arm up for an inhale. Exhale, restack. Reach the left arm up for an inhale. Keep your spine long if you can. And exhale, restack. Do a couple more each way. And then hopefully you will feel it in your back. A nice twist. I'm feeling the front of my shoulders opening as well. Think about pointing the thumb to the front of the mat. And maybe stacking the shoulders. I've got one more each way. Take your time. Hopefully this will loosen up your back, your shoulders slightly. This is my last one. And then once you're back, reach the arms to the front, spread the fingertips. Bring the knees under your hips. And let's start cat and cow. By all means, shorten the stance or the pose to bring the heels of the hands under your shoulders. Inhale, look up, exhale, round the back. We're still loosening the back. The spine is really important. Taking your time with that. Think about keeping the shoulders away from the ears so there is no tension in your neck. See if you want to do any side-to-side movement to stretch it down your sides as well. Maybe stay with cat and cow. You know where the stiffness is in your back, if there is any. Take one more breath. One more little stretch. And then find your downward dog if you're ready. I'm reaching the fingertips to the front to spread them, tug the toes and bum up. And straight away I'm pedaling. Tailbone to sky, hands shoulder distance, elbows straight, long neck. Take one more breath, one more pedal each way. And then come forward into high plank, feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance, finding shoulders above the fingertips. Lengthen spine. Let's do the first side plank straight away. Feel free to drop the right knee and pivot on the right knee, or just flick the heels over to your right and lift the left arm. Maybe lift the left foot. Stack the shoulders. Hold for one more breath. Come back to high plank. Find it for a breath. Find the long body, the engaged core muscles. And side plank the other way, or drop the left knee with me if you want to pivot and lift the right arm. Maybe lift the right foot. Where you are, see what you're ready for. Come back to high plank. Hold for one more breath. And sink onto your front. I'm dropping the knees. You go through full chaturanga if you're ready. Keep the hands under your shoulders. Press the feet into the mat. Elbows pointing to the back of the mat. Inhale into mini cobra. And exhale, come down. Feel the top of your back. The muscles working. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come back. Keep pushing feet into the mat. So you're working the top of your back. But your lower back is not under pressure. One more round, inhale, lift. And exhale, come back. Tug the tailbone, sit back into child's pose on your next inhale. Push up into downward dog, exhale. Move around or find static stance. Take one more breath. On your next inhale, look to the front, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump the feet hip distance in the front of the mat. I'm taking it easy, early days. Put your hands on your shins or knees. Inhale into a flat back. Look forward maybe. Exhale, forward, bend the knees slightly. Do that twice more, so you're moving round your back maybe as you lift into halfway. Exhale, forward again. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. Hug the back of your knees, hang the crown of your head, turn your head side to side, loosen your neck while you're gently stretching your hamstrings. Roll back up slowly, walk your hands up on your thighs, shins. Head and shoulders are the last ones to come up. Roll them out. Sweep the arms up, take a big inhale. Let's do a side bend to your left as you exhale. Come back to center, inhale. Side bend to your right, exhale. Come back to center. Slight back bend, squeeze the glutes, exhale, hands to heart center. Shoulders back, release the arms to the front and sweep up straight away. Inhale. Slight back bend if you want. Exhale, forward with a flat back. Take your time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, step or hop. Spread the fingertips under your shoulders, hold. Inhale, push your weight forward. Exhale, first chaturanga, drop the knees or keep them off. Push forward into cobra or upward dog if you want. Make sure your neck is long. Draw the belly button in, chin to chest. Find downward dog. Going through child's pose is always good. And hold your downward dog. Spread the fingertips. Hold for one more breath. And lift the right heel behind you into three-legged dog. Keep the hips square. As you exhale, bring the right knee to the right tricep. Same side, give it a tap. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift the heel high. Exhale, right knee across to your left tricep. Give it a tap. Inhale, three-legged dog. Let's open this time. Stack. And bend the right knee to pull the heel to your bum. Hold for one more breath. Straight arms, left elbow especially. Inhale, level the hips. Exhale, right knee to the nose to tap. And step through between the thumbs. Come onto the right fingertips, it helps. And step through. Long step. Press the left heel onto the mat. And cartwheel up into warrior two straight away. Take your time. Right knee above the right ankle. Left toes pointing out to the left. Shoulders back, tucking tailbone. Right knee pointing to the front. Inhale, 5 pointy star, straighten right knee. Turn the feet parallel. Reach the arms up. And exhale, give me your first forward fold. Take your time to dive the hands towards the mat. Using blocks under your hands to start with is probably a good idea. Or just then go down. Keep a slight bend in the knees or even a more generous bend in the knees with the first one. Take your time. Tailbone up. And just for a breath or two, walk the hands over to your left foot. Grab the back of your left leg somewhere. Gently pull to feel more on the back of your left leg. Back to center. Over to the right. Grab the back of your right leg somewhere. Very gently pull. Come back to center. Bring the hands in front of you and sit into a side lunge onto your left heel. Walk the hands over with me if you want. Focus on the stretch in the first one. Stay high or sit low. Again, hands on the block is probably good. Lift the chest just for a breath. We won't be here long. Bum up high, turning feet parallel so you can drop the head and stretch into the hamstrings. Walk onto the right side into a side lunge. Make sure your heart and your hips are turning towards the long side of the mat. Bum up high, little forward, one more each way. Sit onto the left heel, no rush. Take long breaths, maybe a couple of long breaths while you're here. Try and lift your chest, sit lower. Bum up high, turn the feet parallel, fold. Sit over to the right. And frame the right foot, turn back to the front of the mat. Sit into a lunge position, turn the hips to the front and frame the right foot, hands flat. Let's go into a side plank from here. You can drop the left knee if you want, star pose. I'm pressing the left heel over, right foot back. Right arm up, I'm hovering the right foot and I'm ready for a back bend. I'm bending the right knee. To pop the right foot behind me into wild thing. Land the right foot, maybe the right heel. See if you can turn your hips, shoulders up. Reach right fingertips towards the front of the mat. Hold for one more breath. And turn back into high plank. We're going to sink onto our front so we can work on the back muscles. Inhale forward, exhale, find yourself on your front. Press the feet into the mat. Bring the arms out into a cactus shape or goal post. The elbows should be in line with your shoulders. Press into the elbows to lift. Inhale, head and shoulders. And exhale, come back down. It's still a back extension. Next time I'm lifting the arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring everything onto the mat. I'm taking it further. Inhale, lift. Arms as well. I'm reaching biceps to the ears, fingertips to the front. Exhale, back to cactus and all the way onto the mat. And again, choose one option. Press the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift. I'm reaching. Exhale, cactus and all the way onto the mat. One more round. Inhale, lift. Keep the back of the neck long. Reach. Exhale, cactus and onto the mat. Bring the hands under your shoulders. Tug the toes. You don't have to do the full plank, full press up, but engage your core whatever you do. Inhale, push up. Exhale, find downward dog. Oh, give it a little stretch here. I'm doing my first dolphin. You can leave it out. You can drop the knees or go bring the elbows onto the mat side to side. Drop them when you're ready. Bum up higher. Look towards your ankles and stretch the front of your shoulders. Just gonna stay here and enjoy that feeling. Press into the elbows. Try and press yourself away from the mat, but drop the heels closer to the mat. Maybe bend your knees slightly. Find downward dog in your own time. Drop the knees if you need to use the knees, and maybe in the first round, less strength. Let's do the other side. Lift the left heel, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep to press onto it. Round your back here. Bring the fingertips, shoulders above the fingertips. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left heel up. Exhale, left knee across to your right elbow to tap. And again, bringing shoulders above the fingertips if you can. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift high. And let's stack this time. Open the hips. Bring the left heel onto your bum. Straighten the right elbow and hold for another breath. Inhale, level hips. Exhale, left knee to the nose to tap. Take your time to come onto the left fingertips and step through between the thumbs. Runner's lunge. Right heel flat, cartwheel up, warrior two. Look over left fingertips. Check that the left knee is above the left ankle, right toes pointing out to the right side, shoulders above the hips, and sink low. 5-pointed star, extending left knee, turning feet parallel, arms up, inhale. This is already your second one. Exhale, fold. I'm grabbing the back of my legs to pull gently, whatever takes that stretch further. Tailbone up, micro bend in the knee. I'm bringing hands under my shoulders. I'm pressing into both hands, slight bend in the knees. Left hand stays down, right arm up to twist. Inhale. Stack the shoulders if you can. Exhale, switch. Right hand down, press into the right hand, left arm up, inhale, bend the knees as much as you need to, and exhale, switch, do one more each side, maybe hold longer, see what feels good. It's a lovely back stretch for me again, but I am feeling it in the hamstrings as well. I'm doing my last one. If you are done, just angle down and stretch into the hamstrings again. Inner thighs. 4 side lunges. I'm starting on my right heel. Sit to the right. You might be ready to release the hands off the mat and sit lower, and maybe hands to heart center. But in between, I'm still putting the hands on the mat. Press the elbow into the knee. Lengthen the spine. I'm putting the hands on the mat, bum up, just for a little forward, feet parallel, and sitting onto the left heel for the second side lunge. Replace those feet, sit lower, make sure you're keeping the right knee straight. See what you want to do with the hands, lengthen spine. Lovely. And then one more each way, hands down, bum up. So I'm still giving the thighs a bit of a break in between. Sit over to the right heel without any rush, but see if you can take it further. See if your knees and hips are happy. And I'm going through a wide-legged forward fold still, a little fold there, and sitting over to the left side, which should be the front of your mat. Lift the chest one more time. Feel the back muscles. I always feel the long muscles down the sides of my spine. And frame the left foot. Turn the hips over. Hands flat. Going into your side plank. Drop the right knee if you want, the right heel over. I'm pushing left foot back, left arm up, and I'm ready for my back bend. Take your time. Bend the left knee and pop the foot behind you. Maybe the left heel. Lift the hips, heart up, lift. Reach left fingertips towards the front of the mat. Turn into high plank. I'm going onto my front again to work on the back muscles. Feel free to sit back on your heels if you need a break. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink onto your front. Stay there. Press the feet into the mat, bring the arms out into a cactus. And now starting straight away, lifting the shoulders and the hands. Press the feet in again. Inhale, shoulders, maybe the arms. Extend the arms by your ears. Inhale back to cactus and all the way onto the mat. You might only need the one breath. Don't let the feet come off. Inhale, lift. Extend. Cactus. And back. Then another 2. Make sure your back is not hurting. You're strengthening the top of your shoulders, top of your back, sorry, but keep your shoulders away from the ears. One more time. Breathe. And then bring it onto the mat. Bring your hands under your shoulders or under your elbows. We're going to meet in downward dog. Tuck your pelvis, whichever press-up position you're doing. Inhale, push. Exhale, downward dog. Hold your downward dog. Take a break in a child's pose if you need it. My break is going to be dolphin. Let's drop the elbows if you're coming with me. Pushing sternum, chest towards the ankles, looking towards the ankles. Try your best not to have any pressure in the front of your neck, your chin. So think about sternum and armpit. Go into the ankles, but not your chin. And press into the elbows again. Try and push yourself away from the mat. Find downward dog, elbows off. One more little stretch in downward dog. Inhale, look to the front, bend your knees. Exhale, yogic squat. Step or hop, feet wide, heels flat, lift the chest. Press into the knees and find your yogic squat. I'm loosening the neck, ear to shoulder a few times each way. Hands on the mat, bum up, feet hip distance, heel toe them in. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, let's then go down. Let's stretch into those hamstrings. Reach as far as you can. It might be the big toes, it might be the ankle. Wherever you're going, you might be able to go under the feet straight away. Wherever you are, inhale into a flat back, bend your knees, look forward. Preparing for the stretch. And exhale, fold, fold, fold towards the thighs. Pull with the arms. And keep a micro bend in the knee. Hang your head. In through the nose, maybe out through the mouth, as you're focusing on pulling very gently and lengthening the hamstrings. But if there is any back pain, bend your knees more. Reach slightly further downwards. Again, it might be the peace fingers to the big toes. You might be there. If not, however far it takes you. Or again, trying to tug the fingertips under the toes, the whole hand under the feet. Wherever it takes you, again, bend the knees, look forward, inhale, and exhale, forward. Again, pulling from the hands, but gently, and taking the hamstring stretch further. You should be feeling the hamstrings by now. They're lengthening. Hang your head, loosen your neck. One last time, I know it's burning. Reach further before you do the halfway lift. Inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back as much as you can. Exhale, fold and pull. No tension on your neck, please. Slide bending the knees, even if it's just a micro bend. Release the hands. Bend your knees very generously. Put your hands on your shins and walk up, restacking the vertebrae as slowly as you can. Out with the hands. Try not to use those hamstrings too much. Roll the shoulders out on the top. Good time to have a sip of water if you need it. Shake it out. And once you've had a sip, come back to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance. Shoulders back, palms to the front. And reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward. Please fold slowly now, because you probably still feel your hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, straight through chaturanga if you want, or take your time. Let's meet in downward dog. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right heel, three-legged dog. And just the once, push your right knee past your right elbow on the outside. Come forward, bend the right knee. Push the right knee past as far as you can. I'm scraping my right inner thigh with my right tricep. See if you can do a little press here. Push back up and push your right heel up, three-legged dog. Take a big inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee to the nose. Give it a tap and step through between the thumbs. Left heel flat, cartwheel up, warrior two. Take a big inhale here and sit into a side lunge onto your left heel straight away. Straighten the right knee. Sit onto the left heel. Now if you want, again, hands on the mat, or try not to use them, but sit low. I'm coming all the way up and over to the right heel. Again, hands on the mat and forward fold is good. Coming up, inhale. Exhale, sitting onto the right heel. We've got one more each way. Choose your option that doesn't hurt your joints. Inhale, come up. The main thing is you're getting more flexible. You're trying to sit slightly lower without any joint pain. Sit onto the left heel. One more time, come up, inhale. Exhale, sit onto the right heel. Frame the right foot, turn the hips, runner's lunge. Straight into the back bend, wild thing, drop the left heel if you need, left knee if you need to, left heel over otherwise. Right foot sweeps back, land the right foot on the mat. Lift the hips, open the heart up, reach right fingertips to the front, hold. Turn into high plank. We're going through chaturanga and meet in downward dog. Inhale forward, leave it out if you want. Exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Meet me in downward dog. Good time to chill. Or do dolphin. I'm dropping elbows. Again, feel free to leave it out. Sternum towards the ankles. You should feel the loosening in the shoulders. I know they are getting tight at the same time. Push back into downward dog. And let's do the other side. Lift the left heel behind you. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the left knee past your left tricep. Scrape the inner thigh as high up to the groin as you can. Push your weight forward and see if you can bend both elbows for a little press up. Push back up. Push the left heel up. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, left knee to the nose to tap and step through. Right heel flat, cartwheel the arms of warrior two. Side lunge to the back of the mat, right heel. Number one. Please make sure you're safe. And I'm going to try my best to stay low as I'm sitting over. So I'm not coming up, I'm just putting the feet flat, but please be careful with the hips. Sitting over to the left heel. Again, hands on the mat is good. One more each way. Sitting over to the right. Choose your way. No joint pain is good. Sit onto the right heel. One more to the left. That's it. You're strengthening and lengthening the muscles at the same time. And freeing the left foot finally. Oh. Drop the right knee if you want the star. Or right heel over, push the left foot back, left arm up, side plank to go through, and put the left foot behind you into wild thing. And stretch, hips high, chest opens up, left fingertips reach to the front. Come back to high plank. You can leave out chaturanga, meeting downward dog, inhale forward, exhale, sink through. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. You know what's coming. You can chill. Or dolphin. I'm dropping the elbows. Elbows no wider than the shoulders. Pushing chest through. Press into the elbows to try and press yourself away from the mat. Tailbone high. Lift the elbows off, downward dog. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, yogic squat in the front. Step or hop, feet wide. Heels fat. Heels flat, not fat, hopefully. Press into the insides of your knees. Lift the chest. Wiggle around. Again, I'm releasing the shoulders, the neck. Anytime you need to come out of it, please feel free. I'm going to play elbow on the inside, fingertips down, pressing into the other knee, opening the hips. You might have this opening there already, or stay with me. Other way around. See what options you've got. You might already be there to take it further, or stay with me. But you might not want to do this, so anytime you want to come out of it, feel free. Come back to center, and just for a breath, I'm lifting the bum. I'm gonna heel to the feet, hip distance. To fold. And let's do it again. Turn the toes out a little bit wider. Sit down into yogic squat. Just trying to be nice to you to give you a break. Wiggle around, find the deepest position, chest up. Again, sorry, I'm going to turn my back on you. Elbow on the inside, fingertips down. See if you can reach up. See if you can bind, find the fingertips or the wrist and open the chest. Now, hopefully that elbow stays on the inside of the knee and lift the chest and release. Again, choose the options. And then release. And then bum up. Legs are burning now. Feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen that back. And exhale, fold. Pop your bum onto the mat. Try and sit down. And use the hands behind you. Or just pop your bum onto the mat. Take your time. We'll wait here. So the bum lands in the middle of the mat. If you want a sip of water, excellent time to sneak a sip in. Otherwise, just chill out here. Have a little wipe. Have a little loosening on the back, rocking side to side. Let's find boat pose. I'm reaching the back of my knees. You don't have to wait for me, go for it if you know it. Make sure you start with a long spine, long neck. You start with a hinge and a scoop in the pelvis. And then you can decide how far you take it. Hands to the front, maybe heels off, maybe 1 foot off at a time, maybe 2, maybe straight. So many options. Find one. If your back is aching, you need to take it down slightly. Go onto your back. You might want to pop the feet onto the mat and land on your back. Tug the heels up, shoulder bridge, hands by your side, and lift the bum. You know what you're doing. I'm just going to say that in case you can't lie on your back. See if you can stay on your hand and do some tabletop. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, if you're on your back, just scoop the pelvis and lift up your hips into a shoulder bridge a few times. Inhale, lift, exhale, come down. Make this the last one and stay up. Make sure there is no tension on your neck. Let's tuck the shoulder blades under. Interlace the fingers under your hips. Straight elbows. Press the little fingers into the mat. Chin off your chest. Lift your hip higher. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your pubic bone higher than your belly button. Release the hands and shoulder blades. Scoop your pelvis and bring the hips onto the mat. Let's sit back up. We're going to do a forward fold in a seated position. You can roll up or see if you want to use your tummy muscles. I'm grabbing the back of the knees to lift the chest. I'm releasing the legs into a tabletop, into a low boat. Fingertips to the front. And see if you can lift up into a high boat pose. This is also your teaser. If you do some Pilates, yes, I did say the P word. And then feet flat, lean forward, legs straight. Sit up, grab a strap if you've got one. It's a quick one. Inhale, lengthen spine, and exhale, fold for about a couple of breaths. Try and relax your neck, your shoulders. Sit back up. Let's go through it one more time. I'm bending knees, feet flat, starting with the boat pose. You don't need me anymore, but I will talk you through it anyway. You don't need to wait for me. I'm lengthening spine. I'm hinging from hips, scooping pelvis. I'm releasing hands, and you can stay here or heels off. Maybe one leg, maybe two, maybe straight. Pick one and hold. I'm feeling the front of my thigh slightly, front of my hip slightly, but no back pain. So scoop the pelvis and take it down slightly. I'm going through low boat. So I'm pressing lumbar spine towards the mat as I'm releasing towards the mat. That's your dish hold practically. And And bend the knees, press the feet onto the mat, feet hip distance, hands by your side, shoulder bridge. I'm starting with the shoulder bridge. I know you're thinking about wheel. Scoop the pelvis and lift your bum. Just the one, stay up. And one more time, just check that your glutes are working. No tension on the lower back. First option is to tug the shoulder blades. Press little fingers into the mat. Lift your bum higher and scoop the pelvis again. Or tuck your fingertips under your shoulders and lift into wheel. And maybe bringing the shoulders above the fingertips. Maybe holding it for 3 breaths if you can. If and when you're coming out of wheel, make sure you bring the chin to the chest. And let's release out of it. If you're with me, release the shoulder blades, the hands, scoop the pelvis, and bring the bum onto the mat. Let's hug the knees in first before you do anything else, and rock side to side. And again, to come out of the position, I will do one more low boat into high boat or sit up. But first, I'm rounding the back the other way. I'm hugging the back of the knees. Imagine you're trying to touch your forehead to your knees. Press the lumbar spine onto the mat, and then release the legs. 45 if it's there. Find low boat or dish hold. And then start peeling the spine off. Finding your high boat pose, wherever that is. And then bring the feet onto the mat. Let's do one more forward fold if you straighten the legs. Moving flesh, straightening spine, and folding towards the thighs. Take a couple of breaths. Again, it's not going to be a long one because we still need those hamstrings. Bring yourselves into a standing position, a forward fold. Now, if you want to have a play with your flexibility in the knees, you can tuck your heels up and see if you can come onto the heels. Now, that's a tricky one. Gain a bit of momentum and see if that will take you up. Or gain a bit of momentum and hands behind you. I've got feet hip distance. And then find yourself in a forward fold position. Choose a way. And let's just meet here. Feet hip distance, slide bending the knees and just dangle forward. Bring the hands on your shins, bend your knees and come up into a standing position. Roll your shoulders out and sweep the arms up. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's balance. Spread the toes, feet hip distance. Starting with standing pigeon. Lift the arms towards the sky, hug the knee into the chest or bring the knee up to the chest into stork. Inhale. Feel free to use your hands to reach down for the right calf and bring the right knee across the left thigh. Sit back and try and bend the left knee. I'm still keeping the biceps by the ears. If you need to bring the arms wherever they need to be, that is absolutely fine. Come up into stork, lift the right knee, inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Push the right foot to the back. Now I'm interlacing the fingers behind me to open the chest at the same time. It might be a bit too much on the balance, so just keep the arms maybe by your side. Once you found warrior 3 and the straight line between the crown of your head and the right heel, flex the right foot to the mat. Lengthen maybe the knuckles or fingertips towards the back of the mat and the crown of your head to the front. Release the fingertips and bring them onto the mat. Bend the left knee. Place the fingertips onto the mat, all 10 of them. And start lifting the right heel into a standing split. Fold towards the left thigh. Lift the right heel. Keep the hips square as long as you can. You're still standing on the left foot. Fold your head, your shoulders towards the left thigh and move the hands around. You might need to place them somewhere else to find a balance. Might be able to grab the back of your left leg with your left hand and gently pull and lift the right heel higher. Bring all 10 fingertips onto the mat. Bend the left knee and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Make sure you're tram-lining the feet. Left leg in the front, right foot all the way to the back in a long lunge. Bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot, so you're in lizard. And drop the right knee onto the mat. Untuck the right toes and drop the left knee out to the side. We are stretching out the hip flexors. I'm swinging the hip side to side. I'm feeling the front of my right hip. Careful with your right knee. And lift the chest. Stay here or reach the fingertips, left fingertips to the front, circle them up and all the way to the back to point them to the back. And if you bend the left knee, you should already feel slightly more in the front of your right hip. Open the heart up, or see if you want to bend the right knee and pull the right heel onto your bum if you're careful on the knee. Keep lifting the chest, pressing into the right heel of the hand, and drop the hip, bend the left knee to really feel the opening in the front of your right hip. Release the right foot. Tuck the right toes under. And bring the left hand on the outside of the left foot. And just step into a downward dog. I'm lifting right knee. And push the bum up. And find a downward dog. Excellent time to stay here or rest and rest. Or come forward into high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, but leave it out if you want. Inhale, cobra upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Hold it for one more breath. Stretch those shoulders. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, step or jump the feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Round your back, come up slowly. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center and release the arms by your side. Let's do the other side, spread the toes. Left knee up, stalk, arms up. Find a balance, long spine. Use the hands to put the left heel onto your right thigh for standing pigeon. Or just put the left heel across. Sit back and bend the right knee. I'm keeping the arms by my ears because I want my back flat. You can bring the arms wherever you want. Stand up, stalk, left knee in, arms up, inhale. Exhale, warrior three, left heel right to the back, arms by your side, or interlace the fingers above your hips again. Find a long line, horizontal line between crown of your head and left heel. Flex the left foot, draw the belly button in. Push the fingertips or knuckles towards the back, crown of the head to the front. Bend the right knee, release the fingertips onto the mat. Standing split when you're ready. Lift the left heel higher, folds towards the right thigh. Take your time to find the balance wherever your hands need to be. Keep folding, keep feeling the stretch in the right hamstrings. See if you want to grab the back of your right leg with the right hand. Gentle pull, left heel higher if you can. Bring all 10 fingertips onto the mat. Bend your right knee and step the left foot to the back, long lunge. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot. drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, and then start stretching out your hip flexors on the left side. I'm lifting the chest first, dropping the right knee out to the side and swinging my hips side to side. Please be careful with your left knee. Let's see if we want to reach the right fingertips towards the front, all the way up to open the chest, and reach the right fingertips to the back. As long as you bend the right knee, you should feel more in the front of your left hip and turn the heart up. Or see if you want to bend the left knee and pull the heel towards your bum. Again, check that your left elbow is straight, heart up. Bend the right knee. Let the hips drop to the mat to feel the front of your left hip. Don't worry too much about your left quad, the front of your thigh. Release the left foot, tuck it under. Hands flat, I'm going to frame the right foot. Lift the back knee off and step into downward dog. Give it a little stretch. And drop the knees onto the mat. Sit back on your heels and relax. We'll do a bit of hand balancing. I'm going to talk you through it very quickly. It's kind of a straddle balance, but I'm doing it without the split. So let me talk you through it. Make sure you watch first. I lift into downward dog, but I'm a cheater. So I'm going to step the feet closer. I'm lifting the right leg. And my aim is to tuck the very top of my right inner thigh onto my right tricep. So as I'm coming forward, lifting left heel, rounding back, I'm pressing the inner thigh onto my right tricep and I bend. I push forward, I clench the left bum cheek and I push back up. And at some point, if you feel you want to lift into it, find a balance. I just show you the other side, that the left elbow, the left rib cage is resting on my left elbow. I'm not strong, I'm just balancing. I'm pushing my weight to the front. Can you see how my left tricep is becoming a shelf? And I'm pushing as much weight to the front as I can. If you want to touch your nose down, feel free. Everything goes to the front. Clench the left bum cheek to lift the leg. It took me ages to lift the leg, but even if you just feel that the weight goes forward, your wrists will strengthen, your core will strengthen. Have a go with it and then sit back on your heels. If you've tried it a few times, turn the fingertips in and press the back of your wrists onto the mat to rest. But stay on the same side for now, unless Dom needs to rush off. Dom, feel free to try it on the other side. Just have a little play. In case you're ready for the other side, once you've taken a break, on your wrist, again, if you want to have a little cheat with me, then it's a shorter downward dog than usual. Left leg up. I'm lifting right heel to push as much weight to the front as I can. I'm tucking the left elbow, left tricep high up into my inner thigh. And I'm bending the elbows, pushing forward. Clench the right bum cheek. Tip your weight forward. And again, remember, the right rib cage is going to rest on my right elbow. So yes, it's going to be about the strength of your wrists and shoulders, but it's about tipping the weight forward and resting your weight on your tricep. Feel how the weight actually tips to the front. That's why you can't do too many because of your wrists, unless you have very strong wrists. Have a few goes each way. Take a few more seconds. And if you've finished, press the back of your wrist onto the mat. You might find that one side is easier than the other. Okay, now listen very, very quickly, because some of you know it like that, and it's actually easier if you've got a bit of mobility in your flexibility in your hamstrings. It is actually easier to extend the top leg, even if it doesn't extend out, because more weight is going to the front. So I'm starting the same way, and once I'm here, I extend. And because I'm pushing the right foot to the front, it doesn't have to be straight, but more weight is going to go that way. It will be easier to lift the left back leg off. But again, you might find, ooh, my hamstrings are not that long. But try, you might be surprised, because sometimes it's not straight all the way out. Even if you just start pushing that foot to the front, you might feel, ooh, I'm tipping forward. And yeah, if you end up on your face, that's what I did for about a year before I managed to keep my face off. Yeah. See? So you've got the extra weight going there. I think in a way that's easier. Obviously, you have to work on the hamstring flexibility. So have it go both ways. If you've had enough, sit back on your heels, stretch the back of your wrist. Ask me if you have questions. We can go through it, because it's a bit of a complex one. The more you stick your elbow up to your groin, literally, my elbow is here, which means you need to crunch. You need to crunch. You need to put that elbow high up on your inner thigh. You need to crunch here and rest the other rib cage on your tricep. Lovely, guys. Once you're finished, sit back on your heels for a sec. Again, stretch out the back of your wrists. I'm going to finish on time. I need to rush off too. Just one repetition. I'm going to stretch out the front of your body really quickly. So come forward, drop the hip, in, turn upward, grow the shoulders back, and just open the heart up. Hold. If this is too much, go down onto your elbows. Just feel the front of your body stretching. Lovely. Come down onto your front. Make your way into child's pose slowly. Make your way into downward dog. And let's go into our bums. I'm crossing the ankles behind the wrists. Careful on your knees. As you sit over your ankles, your crossed ankles. And then once you're there, let's stretch the hamstrings, this time properly, moving flush out of the way, grabbing the strap. Inhale, long back, and exhale, forward. This time, hold it for about 5 or 6 long breaths. Felicity, Felicity. Take one more breath here. Maybe push it further, very gently on the back. And sit back up slowly. Go onto your back. Again, slow it down if you want. Or just take your time. Go faster, whatever you need to do. Just find yourself on your back. Glutes, lower back, done. I'm going to put the right heel across the left thigh, pulling left heel up to the bum, pushing right knee away from me, or reach for the back of the left thigh. Pull it in and stretch your right glute. choose your spinal twist, but I'm gliding the right thigh on top of the left, arms in a T, and I'm dropping both knees over to my right. Pull the knees up high to your chest and drop them over to your right. Turn your head over your left shoulder and keep the left shoulder blades flat. If you have a different spinal twist that works better, you might want to do that. Come back to center slowly. Untangle the legs and starting with the glutes on the other side. I've got left heel across the right thigh. You can push the left knee away from you, keeping the right foot flat. Or reach for the back of your right thigh. Pull in, stretching left glute outside of your left hip. Spinal twist, stretch on your lower back. I'm gliding left thigh on top of the right, arms in a T, knees up to the chest and over to the left. Turning your head over your right side and take your time to settle into it, to relax muscles and keep right shoulder blade flat. Stay on your left side, bring the right arm over to your left and untangle the legs. Bring yourselves into a seated position. Knees, hips, comfy. Shoulders back, long spine. Ear to shoulder one way. Other way. Back to center, chin to chest. I'll roll the head around. Change direction. Descend to lift your gaze. Reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, let's do heart center. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.